What's up, guys? Davis here for day 3 of Ribs War Journal. Currently, we're on Coruscant. Before I get into that, I forgot to mention something yesterday, which is companions. In case you didn't know, companions are your NPC buddies in this game. You always have them in BioWare games. You get a bunch of different ones as you go through your story. You unlock new ones, and they have all different roles. Some are healers, some are tanks, some are just damage. They all have their own side stories. They stay with you on your ship when you get it, and they do your trade skills and stuff. It's pretty cool. I got my first one at the end of the Ord Mantell mission. His name is Eric Jorgen. He's like this cat dude. He was my leader, or a guy I was taking orders from, but the higher-ups had to find a scapegoat for the whole Havoc squad defecting, and so they chose him, which is sad. So he becomes the first member of your new and slowly rebuilding Havoc squad, much to his not happiness. But if I were playing myself, I would give him shit for giving me shit, but I'm not me. I'm Ribs, and Ribs is better than Davis. So instead, I treat him fairly, I'm nice to him, and we get along pretty well. So the coolest part about them is they're like little stories. Each of them, you have interactions with them as you build up your relationship, and if you right-click on them, they'll be like, oh, I need to speak with you in private. So you either go to a cantina or your starship when you get it, and you just have a conversation. It's generally just like background on them, and you get experience for it and some points. It's pretty cool. I don't know. It's these little things that set it apart that I actually like care about this character. I mean, you have like pets as a hunter in other games, and they're kind of like this, except for they're much more fully realized. You can fully gear them out and everything. But having their backstory, you kind of like, all right, I care about you, and you want to hang out with them, get beers. Anyways, back to Coruscant. Not all is as well as you'd think it would be in the capital city. On top, it looks amazing. It looks beautiful. But there is some serious gang warfare going on down in the lower levels. And that's like pretty much, the majority of your storyline for your quest down there is just different gangs doing different things, and you're helping people out. And man, it sucks to be the security in Coruscant because they all seem to be understaffed. The disappointing thing about Coruscant as I went further is that you don't get... After a while, it kind of all looks the same, and like the deeper you go, the more bland, like walled up it is, and it's just like kind of bland hallways with a bunch of mobs everywhere. Whereas like the top, when you're running around, taking your quest back in, or just running around like the main building, it's beautiful. You don't get all of that. It just gets like kind of slummy and dirty. The coolest part about it though are these like droids called the Gree, and they speak hilariously. Here's like a quick clip of how they speak.
Never going back to Blue Nonagon. Now I am Yellow Concave. Injuries mark my chassis forever, and why? Ungrateful humans.
As you can tell, it makes no sense. They call you the Black Bisector. You go help them, like, fix up all the problems in Coruscant, and then they call you. You get the title the Black Bisector, but it's just like so much fun. I love talking to them. I wish there were more of them, and I hope you encounter them again in the game because they're just very funny. And BioWare clearly loves running robots or droids, as you can tell, just because they're all so hilarious. So kind of the main storyline on this one was you're chasing down the old leader of Havoc Squad. Tavis is the one that was your leader that defected, but before him there was another leader, and he defected, or he didn't defect, he quit after the big event that made the other Havoc Squad guys flip in the first place. So you go meet up with him. I'm sure there was an option to like fight it out and kill him, but that's not what Ribs was about. I kind of appealed to his love of his team and being like, if you turn yourself in, you won't get killed, and if you help us bring in the rest of Havoc Squad, everyone will survive. We can work through this, stuff like that. So I went with that option. And after you go through all that storyline and you finish off Coruscant, I got my starship, which, again, as you know from Tor or anything, starship is like its own character. You love it. It's so awesome to have it. It feels like a home that you can take anywhere with you. You fill it up with all your companions. You have this really funny C2N2 as your droid. He's just like funny and has like a vaguely Robin Williams voice, and he's like overly excited about everything and always has something funny to say when you walk in. It's awesome. So I finish off the day, finishing off Coruscant, and now I'm on my way to Taris, which, as you may recall, those of you who played KOTOR, is the first planet ill-fated planet, that you land on and then gets bombarded by the Sith because they're trying to get to Bastila. So check in tomorrow for more adventures of Ribs. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do so at Team Davis, where some tweets. I'm Davis, and I'll see you later.